Instagram, the platform that turned life into content. For most of human history, photographs captured moments. A birthday, a vacation, a wedding, a family gathering. You took the picture, printed the picture, shared the picture, then moved on. Photography was memory. Then smartphones changed everything. Suddenly, everyone carried a camera. Everywhere. All the time. And a Silicon Valley startup asked a simple but profound question. What if photographs weren't just memories? What if they became communication? That idea would transform media, marketing, celebrity, business, and even personal identity. This is the story of Instagram, the platform that turned visual expression into a global language. Before Instagram, photography was already becoming digital. People shared photos online through blogs, personal websites, Flickr, Facebook photo albums. The technology existed. The problem was friction. Uploading photos often required computers, file transfers, editing software, multiple steps. Sharing images was possible, but it wasn't effortless. And throughout Bay Origins, we've seen what happens when Silicon Valley discovers friction. Someone eventually removes it. Instagram launched in 2010, founded by Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. The timing was extraordinary. Several powerful trends were converging simultaneously. Smartphones, mobile broadband, app ecosystems, improving camera technology. Millions of people suddenly possessed cameras in their pockets. The infrastructure for a visual revolution already existed. What was missing was a simple platform. Instagram became that platform. Instagram's central idea was deceptively simple. Taking and sharing photos should be fast. Very fast. Open the app, take a photo, apply a filter, share it. Seconds, not minutes, not hours. The process felt effortless. And when something becomes effortless, participation expands. A recurring Bay Origins pattern. Lower barriers. Increase participation. Create new behavior. One of Instagram's most famous features was surprisingly small. Filters. At first glance, filters seemed cosmetic. Aesthetic choices. Creative tools. But they served a deeper purpose. They helped ordinary users feel like creators. Professional photography had traditionally required expertise. Instagram made visual storytelling accessible. Anyone could create attractive content. Anyone could become a publisher. And that democratization changed everything. If Google organized information, if Facebook organized relationships, if YouTube organized video, Instagram helped organize visual identity. The platform arrived during a broader shift. The internet was becoming increasingly visual. Less text, more images, more video, more visual communication. People weren't simply sharing information anymore. They were sharing experiences. And experiences are inherently visual. Perhaps Instagram's most important impact wasn't technological. It was economic. Before Instagram, celebrities generally emerged through traditional institutions. Hollywood, television, publishing, music, sports. Instagram created a different path. Individuals could build audiences directly. Large audiences, global audiences, profitable audiences. A new category emerged, the creator. Not necessarily a celebrity, not necessarily a journalist, not necessarily an entertainer. Something new. A person whose audience itself became an asset. Online influence existed before Instagram. Blogs existed. Forums existed. Early social media existed. But Instagram accelerated the phenomenon dramatically. Influence became visible, measurable, scalable. Followers, engagement, reach, audience growth. Attention became quantifiable. And whenever something becomes measurable, markets emerge around it. Brands noticed. Businesses noticed. Advertisers noticed. An entirely new economy began forming. Historically, marketing relied heavily on interruption. Television commercials, magazine advertisements, billboards, radio spots. Instagram introduced a different model. Visual storytelling. Brands became publishers. Instead of merely advertising products, companies shared lifestyles, experiences, communities, narratives. Marketing became more personal, more visual, more continuous. The relationship between businesses and consumers evolved. One of Instagram's most fascinating effects was cultural acceleration. Fashion trends spread faster. Travel destinations spread faster. Food trends spread faster. Consumer preferences spread faster. A photograph taken in Tokyo could influence behavior in New York within minutes. Geography became less important. Visual culture became global. The speed of influence increased dramatically, and culture itself became more networked. In 2012, Facebook acquired Instagram. At the time, some observers questioned the decision. Instagram was still relatively young, yet Facebook recognized something important. The future of social media was becoming increasingly visual. Photos, videos, stories, short-form content. The acquisition accelerated Instagram's growth and global reach, and the visual internet expanded even further. Beyond technology, Instagram's significance extends far beyond software. Its effects can be seen across fashion, tourism, retail, media, politics, entertainment, consumer behavior. The platform didn't simply change how people shared photos. It changed how people presented themselves. And that may be its most important legacy. Like many transformative technologies, Instagram introduced both opportunities and challenges. New businesses emerged. New careers emerged. New forms of creativity emerged. At the same time, debates emerged around mental health, self-image, social comparison, algorithmic influence. Historians continue studying these consequences, but there is little debate about the platform's impact. Instagram fundamentally reshaped visual communication. Throughout Bay origins, we followed Silicon Valley's expanding influence. Computers, networks, search, commerce, payments, social networking, video. Instagram represents another stage in that evolution. The organization of identity itself. Earlier internet platforms helped people connect. Instagram helped people present themselves. And in doing so, it transformed visual expression into a global social activity. Perhaps that's one of the most fascinating patterns in Bay Area history. The region repeatedly takes existing human behaviors and amplifies them through technology. Which brings us back to the question at the heart of Bay origins. Why did it happen here? Perhaps because Silicon Valley repeatedly understands that technology becomes most powerful when it shapes culture. The innovator's ledger. Lesson 1. Simplicity drives adoption. Instagram didn't invent photography. It removed friction from sharing it. The easier participation becomes, the faster networks grow. Lesson 2. Culture can be a platform. Most companies focus on products. Instagram became valuable because it influenced culture. Culture itself can become infrastructure. Lesson 3. Attention is an asset. Instagram helped transform audience attention into an economic resource. In the digital age, distribution can be as valuable as production. Instagram succeeded by making visual expression effortless and social. What behavior in your industry would explode if you reduced the effort required to participate by 90%? Instagram did not invent photography. It did not invent social networking. And it did not invent influence. What it reinvented was participation. A photo became a conversation. An audience became a business. And visual communication became one of the dominant languages of the modern internet. A simple photo sharing app helped reshape culture itself. And once again, the transformation emerged from the Bay Area. This is Bay Origins, birthplace of the future.